When a woman goes quiet, it's rarely random, and how a man reacts to that silence can either deepen the disconnect or become the moment that brings the relationship back to life. Many men misread the silence, and in doing so, they make critical mistakes. Here are some of the biggest ones. Assuming everything is fine. Silence is not always peace. Sometimes it's a storm held back. Ignoring her quietness only shows her that you're not tuned in emotionally. This sends the message that you're either careless or oblivious. Taking it personally too quickly. Not every silence is a direct attack on you. Jumping to conclusions or becoming defensive adds fuel to a fire that hasn't even been lit. Stay calm. Ask, don't accuse. Forcing her to talk. Immediately. Trying to fix it right away can make her shut down even more. If she's not ready to talk, pressuring her will only make her feel unheard. Give her space, but remain emotionally available. Becoming emotionally distant in return. Matching silence with silence is a losing game. It becomes a battle of egos. Instead, lean in with presence and emotional maturity. Be patient, not passive. Making jokes or dismissing her mood. Trying to lighten the mood with jokes or sarcasm may come off as dismissive. It might feel like you're trying to avoid dealing with real emotions, and that can deepen her sense of isolation. Assuming she'll get over it on her own. Silence often masks deeper hurt or frustration. Believing she'll snap out of it without open communication only delays resolution. Emotional connection doesn't fix itself. It requires attention. Turning to external validation. When tension builds at home, some men seek comfort elsewhere, friends, distractions, or worse. This doesn't just worsen the issue, it erodes trust and emotional safety. Avoiding eye contact or physical closeness distance, emotional or physical, can feel like rejection. Even if she's silent, a gentle touch, a caring look, or simply sitting near her shows support without pressuring her to speak. Expecting her to be the communicator all the time. Many guys rely on their woman to lead emotionally, but if she's silent, it may be your turn to step up and lead the healing. Ask, is something weighing on you? And really mean it. Not learning the pattern. If this is a repeated behavior, learn what precedes her silence. Is it something you said? A stressor she's facing? Emotional intelligence means seeing patterns and adjusting your response, making it about winning the argument. If her silence follows a disagreement, don't approach it like a competition. The goal isn't to win, it's to heal. Trying to outstubborn her only deepens the emotional gap. Trying to fix her feelings with logic. Men often respond with logic. You shouldn't feel that way, or that doesn't make sense. But emotional pain doesn't respond to rational fixes. She needs empathy, not analysis. Assuming she's being dramatic or overreacting. Belittling her silence by calling her too emotional or extra invalidates her feelings. This leads to resentment and damages her willingness to open up again. Expecting instant forgiveness. Even if you realize you were wrong and apologize, don't expect her to bounce back immediately. Healing takes time, and trust takes consistency. Using her silence as an excuse to withdraw emotionally. Some men use her quietness as a free pass to disconnect. Instead, stay emotionally present, even if she needs space. Quiet support is still support. Venting your frustration elsewhere. Talking about her silence behind her back, to friends or online, might feel like release, but it breeds toxicity. Mature men address issues directly and respectfully. Ignoring nonverbal cues. Silence doesn't mean no communication. Her body language, facial expressions, and energy speak volumes. Pay attention. Her quietness may still be full of messages. Thinking sex will fix. Everything physical intimacy can be healing. but not if it's used to avoid emotional conversations. Trying to skip straight to the bedroom can make her feel misunderstood, saying, "You're overthinking." Minimizing her thoughts or concerns reinforces the belief that opening up isn't safe. Be the man she can confide in, not the one who makes her question her feelings. Forgetting the power of presence. Sometimes just being there, without needing to talk or solve, means everything. Your calm presence can build a bridge over her silence. Assuming she's punishing you. Her silence may not be meant to hurt you. It could be her coping mechanism. Don't immediately assume it's a tactic for control or punishment. Responding with passive aggressiveness, giving her the cold shoulder in return, or making sarcastic remarks escalates emotional tension. Silence met with bitterness leads nowhere productive. Ignoring her body language. When she's silent, her body does the talking. Crossed arms, avoiding eye contact, or subtle withdrawal are clues. Don't miss them. Believing time alone solves everything. While space is important, silence without follow-up causes emotional disconnection. Don't let giving her time become a cover for avoidance. Thinking she should just get over it. Telling her to move on from what's bothering her, especially if it hasn't been acknowledged, adds fuel to the fire. She needs to feel heard first. Blaming hormones or mood swings. Attributing her silence to PMS, moodiness, or hormones dismisses her feelings and makes her less likely to open up in the future. Being defensive instead of curious. When she finally talks and you instantly defend yourself, she shuts down again. Ask questions instead of arguing back. Talking over her when she tries to speak. If she's finally opening up and you interrupt with your perspective, you kill the trust she's risking by speaking, not acknowledging her effort to stay calm. If she's silent instead of lashing out, that's emotional discipline. Don't take it for granted, respect it. Trying to win the argument relationships aren't competitions. If your goal is to be right instead of being close, you'll lose her emotionally. Acting like you know what's best for her, saying, "You need to," or "what you should do is," sounds condescending. Sometimes she just wants empathy, not advice. Avoiding eye contact. When she's silent and watching your every reaction, avoiding her gaze makes you look guilty or dismissive. Maintain warm, calm eye contact. Forgetting her emotional history. If she's gone silent, it might be rooted in past experiences, childhood, previous relationships, or past trauma. Emotional memory shapes reactions more than we realize. Pressuring her for immediate answers, demanding that she just tell you what's wrong, often backfires. She may need time to process what she feels before she finds the words. Misinterpreting her silence as disinterest. Just because she's quiet doesn't mean she doesn't care. Sometimes silence means she cares too much and is afraid of saying the wrong thing. Not giving her emotional reassurance. You don't need a big speech. A simple, "I'm here when you're ready to talk," can be more reassuring than trying to fix everything. Making her feel like a burden. If she senses that her emotional needs annoy you, she'll shut down even more. Make her feel safe, not like she's too much. Being inconsistent with your energy. If you're warm one moment and cold the next, it confuses her emotional sense of safety. Consistency builds trust, even in silence. Assuming time will heal everything without action. Time helps, but only if you're also doing the work. Silence needs to be followed by understanding, change, and growth, not just waiting it out. Dismissing her feelings because you don't understand them. You don't need to get it completely to validate it. Saying, "I see this matters to you," is better than, "I don't get why you're upset." Turning everything into a lecture. If every emotional conversation becomes a lesson or debate, she'll shut down to avoid being corrected. Listen more than you teach. Forgetting to apologize sincerely. If your actions caused her to go quiet, own them fully. A genuine apology, not excuses, can reopen emotional doors faster than logic ever will. Assuming her silence is a phase, not a warning. Prolonged silence isn't just a mood. It could be a sign that she's emotionally checking out. Don't ignore it, hoping it'll pass. Comparing her to other women. Saying things like, other women don't act like this, instantly shuts her down. It feels dismissive, shaming, and emotionally toxic. Oversharing with friends or family instead of her. If she finds out you've been talking about your problems with everyone except her, trust is broken. Keep private matters between the two of you. Viewing vulnerability as weakness. If you treat her emotional moments as irrational or weak, you push her into silence. Real connection requires vulnerability on both sides. Using money or gifts to avoid the real issue. You can't buy your way out of emotional tension. Gifts without conversation feel transactional, not healing. Letting your ego dictate. Your response silence can bruise a man's pride, but reacting with ego instead of empathy makes things worse. Choose humility over being right, forgetting that she's watching your reactions closely. Even in silence, she's noticing how you respond. Do you get angry, check out, show compassion, or stay calm? That tells her who you really are. Conclusion. A woman's silence isn't weakness, it's a message. And how you respond determines whether you're the kind of man who listens with his ego or with his heart. So next time she grows quiet, don't panic. Don't pull away. Lean in. Show her that her silence matters, and so does she.